Hello, thank you for joining me for your phonics learning. It's time to get started with our speed cards. Let's go. Egg, D, dinosaur, D. Joining in with me. Orange, O. Pirate, P. Net, N. Tower, T. Flower, horse, B, boot, B. G, girl, G. Z, zip, Z. J, Jack in the box, J. K, kangaroo, K. Yeah, yak, yeah. Mountain, apple, robot, worm, snake, insect, exercise, vulture, leg, and caterpillar. Give yourselves a whoosh, whoosh. The last digraph we were looking at was this one. Zzz. Buzz, zzz. We have a new one to learn together today. Should we take a look at the picture? I recognise this chap. We've been looking at him in our stories, haven't we, recently? First in the Three Little Pigs, and then in the story of the Little Red Riding Hood. It's the Big Bad Wolf. We know what the Big Bad Wolf says. He huffs and puffs. So when we see the picture side of our card, we say huff and puff. I've got something to show you here as well, look. As part of Book Week, which is coming up soon, one year, Mrs. Crombie and all the other teachers, we dressed up as characters from the Little Red Riding Hood. This was the Mr. Wolf costume. Shall we see if we can see what's on the other side of the letters? On this side here, I can see how I write that sound. I don't say f, I say one sound. Your turn. Let's try some Fred talk with our digraph. See if you can hear at the end of these words. You'll need just 2 Fred fingers to start. Join in with me. O, blend those phonemes together. Off. I turn the light off. For the next word, you'll need 3 Fred fingers. It is cuff, cuff. This is my cuff on my shirt. How about this one? You'll need 4 Fred fingers. The first phoneme is s, if, sniff. Where's that Mr. Wolf? I'm sure he'll have a little sniff, see what he can find. Fred's given me a green word here. See if you can read it with me. What's that first phoneme? What does that word say? Huff. That's right. And we have one other one. It's this one. The first phoneme is What does that word say? Bluff. Give yourselves a whoosh. Whoosh. A quick mini recap then. If we see the picture side of the card, we say huff and puff. When we see this side, we say we're going to put into our pack of the phonemes we're focusing on this week and see if you can shout out gotcha when I flash it up. Ready? This one is a shock for the flock. Shh, says the horse. Do they sing snake? Shh. Thank you. a string. Gotcha! Huff and puff. Hide it back in the pack. This one is choo. This one. Gotcha! Huff and puff. Hide it in the pack. We have got. Oh, did you have a sneaky peek then? Zzz, buzz, buzz, zzz. And this bit it is. Gotcha. Huff and puff. Well done. Give yourselves a marshmallow clap. Open up your My Stuff in your Bug Club library and you'll find the book Mixing Muffins. It will be focusing on the digraphs ch, sh, th, and ng, and you can also have a look for today's digraph. Enjoy your reading and don't forget to click on the bug questions. Let's have a go at writing our digraph. Up here you'll see we have our flower. With this we have to sweep up to the top. We go down the stem and then we draw the leaves. Mrs. Crombie's drawn a cake here. When I was little we used to have to practice our handwriting in school, and one of our handwriting patterns was the pattern that you would find on a Mr. Kipling cake. I find it comes in really handy when we have to write our This is the pattern you find on the top. It's quite loopy, isn't it? Almost there. And I'm going to use that little pattern shape from my icing on my cake and have a go at popping my pencil on the line, sweeping up to the top of my flower. I go down the stem and I draw the leaf. And I hold hands because I want to do another letter F because it's a digraph. I really like this one. It's quite pretty. It's tricky, isn't it? But I think it does look really nice. Lots of loops and lines. Huff and puff. Should we try another one? Sweeping up to the top, down the stem, draw the leaves. Try my hardest to keep them the same size. See if you can have a practice. Now we're going to write huff. Say the word huff. What can you hear? Huff. I hear up to the top of my horse, down and up and over his back. We have umbrella and do the loop, and then today's digraph, up the flower and in a loop, and up we go again. Huff. Should we write puff, huff, puff? I can hear pirate around his face. Then I can hear again. And then my digraph, huff, puff. I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down. Let's add on our sound buttons. And then my line. Maybe I'll draw it under here. And then check that they work. Huff and puff. Shall we have a go now at writing a sentence? This sentence is taken from the book on Bug Club called Mixing Muffins. So I'm going to write the sentence, I can mix muffins. I know that a red word is I, and that's how I write my letter I. It's a capital at the start of my sentence. That's the end of that word, so I need a finger space. I can. Let's have a go. We sounded this one yesterday. I can mix. New space. Mix. Say that word, hear those sounds, and then write them. What can you hear on the end? I can mix. Mix. That's right, you need your sweep up and down, and then like that. See, Mrs. Crombie has to practice too. Mix. I can mix muffins. What does muffin start with? That's right, Maisie, mountain, mountain. Today's digraph. Ins. I can hear I, and s. You might like to have a go at writing a bit of a recipe. It could be step number 1, and tell me what you need and use that book to help you. Full stop on the end of my sentence, but for now I have written I can mix muffins. Great work today. Well done with your phonics learning today. Quick reminder, our phoneme was f. We say huff and puff. See if you can be digraph detectives and find it in your books. All that's left for now is for Mr. Wolf to say goodbye.